So I was asked a question about blocking regarding also that seems to be like a general concern because you have a lot of instances you need to do a combo, you need to do a fine turn. How do you block? Let's review a VOD into Slippy. Um, and we can go over like the general blocking heuristics that I have, I guess. And here I just, all the pumps that they do are threes, so I don't mind losing card off the top for them in order to save Ganon Flash and be able to play around that one. Because still these both Arachnis, the new ones are, I consider them more so like aggro matchups rather than control matchups like New would be, or Yuzuri or Huntsman Arachne. But these Arachnis, they dish out damage fast if they want to. They're just going a little for the value plays. Rather than teaching one of the things, I'll just keep them around and see how this goes. This had blocking. Wait, what did I see? 30-17? Dude, that is insane. Toxicity, the yellow one. I think most lists have been dropping those. Also, this guy is not playing marked cards, which I don't know if it's like the build is as experimental, of course. Shredding. Now we can let the shred resolve first, targeting the athletic, but I don't think it ever has a case where it matters if they rather shred sync than athletic. So we just do that on block 7, block 4 on that 3. Because the follow up is probably gonna be just blast all bleed. If they pump this up with something, it's gonna be just vanilla damage. Also, no resources. You need to pay attention what stuff they can play, and what is the worst case scenario. And the worst case scenario almost always is that I don't want to lose cards out of my hand. And now here, like sending 7 is better than blocking 3 and IPing 1. Even if it was sending 7 versus blocking 6, there are a lot of cases actually where blocking 6 is better than taking 6, sending 7, even though the value play is better just sending 7. I feel like most people are not gonna agree on this. But like since we are set up combo deck, we do need a turn where we want to keep as many cards as possible to deal like additive damage. So for the grand scope of things, if we are able to get that turn, then we are fine prioritizing life over just value plays, pushing damage as well. There's like, it's very hard to like oscillate between defense and offense with Australia because you need to hedge that. What are like your worst and best case scenarios? I feel like this video is gonna be a long. I'm sorry about that one, but I could talk this thing about like for days. But I think it's very important regarding the Australia. Like on average, like your opponent, if it's like Aurora, here Slippy does like 3 damage per card, right? Unless it's Spike with Blood Rot, then it's like 5 damage. But on average, it runs about to something like 3. Let's say 3.35. That's cool numbers. Seems very educated and well thought. So I'm gonna say that one. So then, by that logic, if they have 5-card hand, we're probably taking 16 damage, 17 and a half damage. 17.75 damage. However the math goes. But if you're like if your options are going under 15 life and sending 7, rather than staying 21 life and just taking that one value play less where you block 6 instead of sending 7, that's the better play to make, because now you can no block the next hand and just send your combo hand. But then you also need to know if you've been trying a lot of instants, if you've been trying a lot of non-instants, what's the chances of getting that type of combo hand that kills your opponent from like 25 or puts them in the position where they have to start blocking and you can grab the tempo. A lot of the time people, they overblock Auxilia during the combo turn, but then they just completely concede the tempo of the game, where then Auxilia is just able to fire up like 0 for 4, another 0 for 4, here's mine for 5, and then there's this game over because it's continuous waiting of Auxilia to break if you grant them the tempo, which is randomly. But yeah, this hand's just good blocking hands. Here I think I can just do the value play of blocking 3, blocking 2, blocking 4, sending 4. But also we can sync the blast, because this blast can be upgraded to any instant and then Gan's good. If it's another 2 block, nothing changed. So there's no bad draws really doing that. Same thing applies how you want to use Auxilia's ability. What is your worst case scenario? What is the thing that you're looking at now? And it's like positive that you get something better. It's probably good to use it. Unless you're like just fatiguing yourself, I guess. That you don't want to do for obvious reasons. Yeah, you got upgraded in the block 3. Hey, yo, one more value for this turn. Come on. Oh, it hit blue. Unlucky. Hoping they send a card more, unless anyway, just stuck with these cards. But we can pitch Etchings to Bolsar and send Blast. By the way, recording the Arcane here, I think this is a pretty cool case. Now, we see our opponent AB3, right? And they are running blues. So attacking their resources by sending 3 value Arcane rather than 4 value attack is not that good, right? But if our opponent was running AB1, then letting our opponent to block freely on this blast for 3 value block, it's better to send the Arcane, because they can only AB1, then we deal 2 damage, and it's just better. The values doesn't always see truth, as I'm trying to explain on this video, right? Well, very clean block here, etchings on that. If they spike with blood rot, that is fine. Actually, I also think spike with blood rot, if I'm not mistaken, costs 1 as well. So another thing you want to track is opponent's pitch to see how the turns can go, and checking their grave also. Legal action in the game, if you don't remember. This game has a lot of cards. That's a good possibility to probably don't remember. Now, drawing up to this hand, I believe this is my 3rd, or was it 2nd guy in the Flash? But I think in this game I drew the 3rd one as well, and then you get a little dubious because you are versing a hero that also runs Leave No Witness, so marrying your arsenal is sketchy at best, very risky. So if I lose all 3 Ganon flashes, the game gets harder, but the way we are like handshaking our lives down here, it shouldn't be like game losing. So now if he pumps 3 on that, I'm again fine losing card to a just a random 2 damage as well. Now we can utilize the Ganon flash here and arsenal that, which is obviously better play than playing Flittering, Sigil of Lightning, and sending gun, and then you're left with no arsenal. If we hedged the chance of drawing new gun fast is coming, that would be fun play. But using 2 guns in top 19 cards, there is a 3rd one. So yeah, here I was starting to check if this gets like a little sketchy. But we're also running 6 blasts, so there's also always ways to use grease for action points where you can force like a surge effect through or something like that. AB3 SV2 is not the best to be using. Oh look, there's solid special. Not the best to be using arcane side of the deck rather than forcing cards out of their hand. But and there we go, Spike with Blood Rat. Is that 0 cost? I think that costs 1. Pretty sure. Let me pull that one up. Can't use that either. So Spike with Blood Rat going to Arsenal. They don't have Gergen on this one. They can't get Gergen on this one. Yeah, it's just 4 damage. They can. The only upside is that they can decide if they want to Arsenal which one card. Spike with Blood Rat costs 1. Yeah. That thing costs 1. Now, by the way, this Sigil of Lightning's value is absolutely huge. Being able to play it here. And the reason is these 16 cards are like 14 non-instants. So by the math, this is going to be our next hand. Something like this. So now we just get to use the gun properly here. But we are in no hurry to crack the boots here. Because the boots would be just for 5 extra damage. So we can use this and then bounce gun with either one of these and play them and send one word. If you want to get let go of blast, because we are creating +1 AP on this combo too, the boots would be for 10 extra damage, which is really good. But we're not in a rush here. If my life total was something like 18, 15 ish, I think I would send this hand to try to grab back the tempo and get a little breathing room. But since also the other decision point here is, I'm going to rewind this a couple of times. The other decision point here is that we have been drawing a lot of, again, actions. And we're drawing into instant heavy hands. So if we let go of gun at this point of the game, then we're going to draw like 10 instants in a row. And can't blame it on break because we just play badly. So yeah, it is very important. Just always keep that in mind. It's very important, please. Or we have Spinneret. They have Lantern, they don't have Flick. That is not doing too much. This is a hand I can combo with. It does not do a whole lot of things without a combo. But we get to set up a valley here. We get +1 AP. And that just forces the game in our favor pretty well, I think. So I was looking for follow-up that they would have after Art of Resar, but seems like a break. So now we lose 1 value of not blocking with Greaves, but yeah. There's a little concerned of leaving no witness there, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why saving the Comet Storm and boots for that. But that is one also very important part about how to block, because you see like the worst case scenarios, if they just send damage, it's not threatening to us because we still have boots up and the life totals are very good. So we are heavily winning this match, right? And this matchup. But the worst case scenario is absolutely losing gun in a flash out of Arsenal. It's not even bad to lose card out of hand. That's like if they sent like Persuasive Prognosis, if they were on that card, if you're not familiar of persuasive, I probably typed it wrong. But yeah, if you're not familiar of this card, let me pull it up for you. So this card, whenever the city zero banish top card of their deck, they look to their hand, banish card with the same color as the banished card. Deals 1 damage. Say you have a case where you don't have blocked with all your armor. They send that with full 1. They have 1 card up here as well, since they had 2 cards last turn. If you block, they probably lose that 50-50 and they just nick that card or something like that. And you end up losing card after that as well. So since you blocked, you just basically gave a card for preserving life, but you still lose a card. So then you just no block it if it happens to come to your way. You're fine losing cards anyways. But if they leave no witness there, we still have the option open to Combat Storm and block with 1 part of our armor to cover the 4. And the only card that they can then pump that with, I believe, is Shred. I might be wrong. Spike with Plotter could be able to pump that as well. Let me actually check that one. What is the condition? Is it just assassin attack? But in the normal, like Slippy builds, Mario builds, the only card that can pump leave no witness is Shred, usually. And I'm not even sure if they are running Shred. But yeah, Spike with says has to be stealth. Usually it's like tied to stealth or contract the pumps. Unless it's like Shred. But yeah. And that is actually, let me point that one out for you as well here. Another point where you can go, like you have seen no stretch. You know that they are probably running stretch a lot, right? They send leave no witness. You block 3 and armor to cover the 4. They have 1 card left in their arsenal, and that's a shred. Then you're like, oh, unlucky, they had it. But the reality of the situation is we have gone through half of our deck. The player should be good enough that they are saving their cards for impactful stuff. So it's not unlucky. You should be able to rate it. Just check how many have they gone through, and yeah. Now you just do the combo here, forcing the Comma Storm through. Did I yap too much and we didn't pay attention to the combo? Let's pay attention to the combo. Play that one for +1 AP. Then we send Gun in a flash and bounce that back. The other thing that we can do here is send Gun and then shock this one. But since they have AP3 SV2, I think it is better to just send the Comet Storm for 8 rather than Comet Storm Shock for 5, because they can cover that one up, and then they could cover the Gun in a flash with like Sync or something. So we want the guaranteed draw off of Channel Landing Valley. So we can continue our combo. If that one was like Arcane, fine, I guess. Just 2-3 more damage. If it was 0 for 4, same thing than sending Gun, really. If it's an instant, it's good. Like any draw is very good there. Also, you could consider just paying for this if it's like Destructive Aether, but I don't think you should be on Destructive Aether on this matchup. I was not. And here is 12 to 19. I'm checking here that I have no go again coming up. Besides Flash of Brilliance, that I can get back conductivity. So I'm just like get up this guy and flash and put them to 8. No go agains at our disposal. And a big chance of not getting one. Our selling gun is not very good. If we had gun arsenal here, this hand would be good, but it's good still. We get the guaranteed 4 value. You can never like complain about playing a card out for 4 value. It's above the curve of everything. Colorful blue there. unfortunately. Um, don't think it matters that even if it was coming in for 4. Now, current phone is a really nice draw here. Like, absolutely beautiful. I love the current final card. I'm gonna say though, I've been trying to cut it into the matchups where it goes super duper 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 fast. Because sometimes the draw is kinda. Oh, look, they say I like your videos. Nice, cute. Thank you for watching, man. Anyways, where was I? So, yeah, current phone, very cool. But something like Syndra feels kind of bad because you need to super combo straight up. So just having more instants to cycle through faster. Well, although the block 3 is not bad, but the first turn, like especially if you're Blossom, the first turn when you have 5-card hand onwards, you always want to draw a combo rather than a blocking hand. After that, debatable. If you are Tunic and don't have a counter, then you want to draw a blocking hand and then a combo hand, and after that, full tempo, and then block 3 is not bad. But the main takeaway of the matchups is that you want to draw the combo, like straight up. So yeah, I guess opponent considered that they can't really block out the channel here because we have so many cards in our hand and coming in for annoying breakpoints. Grab back the brilliance. No, actually, here could have been a better play as well. Rather than draw a random card, this way, we could have bounced back the conductivity to get the embodiment, and then send E-Strike bottom in the embodiment for a card draw for 5 Gergen. And then we use the drawn card to send the Glyph Overlay, pitching for Glyph Overlay. And that's that, but I'll just play this out since opponent is like Giga Dead already. Cliff for 14. That card is really good. That card is really, really amazing. But look at this beautiful values. 14.57. We blocked 16, blocked 11, blocked 11, blocked 12, blocked 11. Then we grabbed back the game to our hands, got 20, 21. The funny thing is that when you do like the play line of blocking like 2 or 3 cards, like if you have instant, you have a Sync, a Flaring Charge, and Arcane Spell. You block 9 there with those cards, and then it's a gun for 4. Play the instant Arsenal gun. Combo ready for next turn. And the reality of the situation is usually that you're going down equally on life because the opponent is no blocking the 4 and they're trying to just force aggro you down. But then you're just blocking parts of their turn and sending 4. So you like leak equally. That's kind of funny. I love those types of games because it's like really consistent. And once you hit, like, you just go down like this game, handshaking. You're both like 20 life, 25 life by turn. I don't know, 4, 5. You draw 4 instants. You're like, oh, okay. Also the cycle. Ooh, hit the spell. Had a good chance to hit the spell. Let me grab that one. And yeah, no blocks. My turn. Gun and flash. Holding 4 cards. No, going to gun and flash out. No idea what's gonna happen, dude. And yeah, you guys win the game at that point. So I hope this one helped. I think this was a cool thing. I feel like Slippy matchup is alright. I think it's a little unfavored. It's definitely harder than Mario. They have annoying mix-ups usually. But yes. And thanks for your patrons. I love you.